Alright, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is August 25th, 2022. I am your host, Luis Palacio, with my co-host, Grace.
It's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. We're back at it again. We've been catching Pokemon. We've been out there, and we've been, just having fun. So how have you been this week, Lewis?
This week was actually pretty good. There's a lot of excitement to talk about from this past weekend. There's definitely a lot that went down in Pokemon Go history in the last few days, for sure. I caught the sniffles again, so warning for anybody. I will have a sniffles.
Sneeze warning.
Sneeze warnings. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, allergies or maybe the rain or something. I don't know. I think it rains when we're podcasting, and all of a sudden it just like makes the atmosphere like worse for me. I don't know. I'm allergic to rain now at this point. I don't know. Anyhow, we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game. Maybe the last that we ever do. Nah, I'm just kidding. But quick reminder that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out, professornetwork.com/Purified Podcast. And my series.
Yeah, ominous title.
Wonderful people to work with every single time. Ken, Adam, Jamal, Lachan, anybody that you talk to. Wonderful podcasters out there. So make sure you check them out. And other podcasts out there too, because, we have the round table shout outs, and we have as the Pokemon turns, we have a lot of podcasts out there. I just love them. Like they're the best. Sniffle warning again. Anyhow. All right, so before we actually get to it, now there's definitely not a lot of news that technically will say they're amazing or anything like that. We got some goodies out here and there, some announcements, some dates, and definitely what has transpired in the last weekend, especially for Pokemon Go World Championship. We have crowded our champions. We will mention those in the PvP section, of course. But from there on, of course, Chris, I hope you had a good week. So let's start off on our recaps here.
All right. As you guys know, new job. I have been working like crazy. Just told Pure Letter literally before we started, this week was a 70-hour week. So, hey, I'll be getting some Pokecoins next week.
Bro, you're young. You can do that. I'm not anymore, so...
Yeah, what I've been hearing is, get it while you're young. Yeah, but, It hasn't been horrible. I just haven't really gotten a chance to, do the 15-minute walk, even every single day. 'Cause, I'll get up, drive to work, and then, since I'm working past midnight, I'm not able to, do the 15-minute walk. I technically could on like my lunch break, but I don't really want to be walking around and have my coworkers kind of look at me. Anyways, if we're looking at the shinies and 4-stars for this week, it actually started with a pretty meme worthy one, I guess, for me. A shiny Bronzor from an egg.
Oh god!
And it was really good. Yeah, it was actually almost a Shundo. It was a 98, 15, 14, 15.
All right.
Bronzor would be loving me now for some reason. And then very shortly after, I actually hatched a shiny Railu, which I believe is my second one. I do have to double check that though. And then yesterday, at 15 minutes to midnight, I was like, man, I gotta do this daily incense. I gotta. And I got I got a few interesting spells, but the first one I got was a Ghastly, and I was like, okay, whatever. Catch it. I'm taking a sip of my soda. I look back down. There's a shiny Ditto. I lost my mind. That was my second one. I didn't have another shiny Ditto.
Well, the first one is the
Uh,
guarantee one from one of the events,
it,
right?
exactly. So I never caught one. Like on my own.
In the wild.
Like other than that.
Yeah.
So very exciting for me. Super happy about that, and I'm pretty much convinced now, that the daily incense has boosted shiny rates. I'm not saying it's like super low like Calm Day, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was slash in half or something.
You say
Because
that, well, I haven't even gotten one shiny from the damn thing.
to be fair, you also didn't get the Galarian birds for a long time. The daily incense may just hate you. I'm sorry to say. I'm
Oh
sorry to say.
god. Oh god.
But I actually did get some other cool things. I got a 98 Machop Purified. That the only reason I kept it is because it was a 15-15 whatever. A really good Shadow PvP Shinx. I think it's got a lot of possibilities. I actually kept a Machop because it had some weird PvP IVs, and I checked it later on, and it was a rank 1 for Great League.
Well, damn.
So super cool.
Yeah.
I caught a 98 Combuskin in the wild, keeping that for the Mega, even though I'm like 90% sure I have a Honda already. Yeah, this last event was just wild for PvP Pokemon too. So been trying to keep a lot of them, and I have yet to hatch a female Salandit.
I mean,
I know that's a struggle for a lot of people. Was it a 10% chance of getting it?
12.
Kind of like Combi?
Yeah.
12%. Okay.
Yeah, the male female ratio on that is just insane, anyways. But that's the thrill of the hunt, you know. Now, I've been wondering if Sarazo actually spawns. I think it does spawn out of the daily instance too, so it's a possibility for you to get it in a while, if possible.
Yeah, that's got to be technically the one of the rarest ones. I know a lot of people say it's the Lake Trio, at least from like Trainer Tips video. On what you can get from the daily incense, but a female Salazzle,
yeah.
you could argue. Yeah, you could definitely argue if that's a possibility. I haven't seen one confirmed yet.
I don't
who knows?
remember. Drowsy finally got here.
Now,
Anyways.
now I gotta hear about the 20 hundos you got this week.
Oh man, if I got 20 handles, I think I'm quitting the game right there. But anyways.
20 shundos.
That too, you know. That would have been amazing. That actually would like let me quit the game right there. But of course, people has like, 100 shandus, and I'm like here on my 3. Anyways, my haul this week was actually semi okay. Probably not as much as you did. Even though the event was going on and everything, I got decently stuff. I did get another Machop in the wild, and I believe this was after the podcast or before the last podcast. No, it was after the podcast. So another shiny Machop. I think it actually has some pretty good IVs. Yeah, like 15 attack, 11 something like that. Then I got another shiny Stunfisk, so that's like my third one.
You got to give me one.
I do now. I mean, I don't care. I don't care at this point. I do have my Hondo, so I don't have to worry about that. The Hondo that I hatched a while back. And
oh my gosh, those IVs.
My very first shiny Bulbasaur Shadow.
Yo!
From Cliff. But yeah, I actually was happy about that. I've been getting more Cliff. I don't know why. I mean, I want to do Arlo more, but of course, it happens to be the one that I don't need. Still, not bad IVs. Maybe, if trading shadows is ever a thing, But I don't think it was.
I mean, it used to be, right?
That was like the beginning of it, like the testing period of it.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, wait, this is broken.
Yeah.
Lucky trades.
Too broken.
Yeah. I will say Venusaur has one of the better shinies. I mean, Blastoise is kind of weak in my opinion out of the 3. But yeah, I definitely want Blastoise and Charizard.
Yeah.
Shiny / PvP. a little bit more than Venusaur, even though Venusaur's just treated me so good for the Great League.
Yeah, yeah.
I just I don't know. I'm not going out of my way to get a Bulbasaur. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. As for Hundos, I did at least get one Hundo this week, so I was actually happy about it. This is a
Okay.
rare one because it is something that only event spawn possible. It was through a raid, and funny enough, a Pikachu with the world hat or the world costume actually can certify to be one of the rarest Hundos out there. Aside from the clone Pikachu, the clone Pikachu Hundo is probably even rarer because it's even harder
Oh
to
yeah.
get at that point. So I'm lucky to get that. But anyways, I was happy about this. Now here's the story about this. It's like I was on my way to work and I see a Pikachu on the nearby, and I'm like, let me just go ahead and remote it. I was at that point trying to get the shiny and trying to look for it. Unfortunately, I did not get the shiny Pikachu. I'm sad. I'll find a way. I got other
I
exclusive Pokemons that I can trade for.
I did hear that it most likely had boosted odds. I mean, even in our factions group, I think somebody got it on like the second raid.
Yeah, yeah, I did hear that
So
too.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody would trade you for one for like a pretty decent trade instead of like
Yeah,
super
well,
crazy.
I do have an exclusive. Hold on just a second.
Bless you, bless you.
Sorry, guys. Anyways. But yeah, it's I do have the exclusive Snorlax hat shiny, so I know I can do some trade bait if I needed to.
Dude, that's
And
overkill.
yeah,
That's
here come.
overkill. No. Bless you.
I hate my life. I hate my nose. Like I don't know why it's the. I don't know.
Got a
Anyways,
cub chew in here.
yeah, probably. But yeah, so in regards to the whole thing, I think the event itself was actually pretty good. So the World
Oh
Championship
yeah.
event. Now, again, I know that we want to talk a little bit more into the PvP section just because it's more PvP side of things. But we do want to say, of course, congratulations to the two winners, our very first World Champions. First and foremost, me, Weedle. Basically did the senior division. I think it's like the lower tier division, I guess, for like more kids, like 16 and up or something like that. And then the Masters division, we don't have yet a Grand Masters, but we'll see how it goes. The Master division, our crowded winner was Dancing Rob, I believe, German. I think it was. I think he was a German player, if I remember correctly. I am sorry if I am butchered that.
I am not sure to be honest either.
Yeah. So whatever the case may be, congratulations, of course, to the two grand winners. Fantastic battles all around, especially
Yes.
Dancing Rob.
Yes, he
Okay, so
is
it was German.
German.
Okay. Especially Dancing Rob. Wonderful, wonderful battles. We'll get a little bit more into that, but let's get a little more into what the event was, and then we'll talk about that when we get to our section, of course. Okay, so World Championship event. We had a lot of PvP spawns, able to evolve Pokemon to get exclusive moves. World Pikachu was in raids. Now that it's over, which unfortunately it is, what did you think about this event?
I think it was fantastic. I will say, I am a little bit disappointed that the Pikachu wasn't in the wild too. Even as like, a super rare spawn. Um, but it was very fun. The quest for it wasn't horrible. I think the ability to fight people that were, competing after regionals
Yeah.
was fantastic. It's
Yes.
really cool to kind of like hunt down the characters of like King and just some really popular people.
Well, I mean
Um,
the challengers out there, they had the PvP Pokemons that that they used during their battles and everything throughout the whole regionals and invitationals.
mhm.
There were a lot of them, of course, and
they were strong too. I was like, what
Well,
the heck? 4,000 CP
yeah,
Sableye?
I was about to say that is like the CP doesn't match what we were supposed to actually be looking. That they were supposed to actually be easier to beat. But I mean, Niantic said, okay, so yeah, if you're gonna battle them, you're gonna go hard on this. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I gotta strategize a little bit.
Yeah, they're like, you gotta earn it.
Earn it to win it, but yeah. With that, of course, we did have some special research. Well, more than special research, time research for both the event itself and the World Championship, which you can only get if you were actually watching the World Championship stream on Twitch.
Yes.
However, the codes were good for an hour each time that they were released. So if you didn't get your chance, unfortunately, that's the only time that you're able to claim them. Most of the research was pure battles. So plus a couple catches here and there. You had to battle, I think, the challengers 5 times, what about, and things like that. There was one thing that kind of, I don't know if it made sense for you or anything, but by the time the event ended, if you had a challenger, how were you able to even complete that in that sense? If you have,
Ooh, that's a good point.
so I guess at this point, because we do get events where there's like specific challengers out there. Whenever another event comes out that it will have a battler, that's when you were able to finish up that research and maybe get a chance of another shiny Pikachu.
Plot twist: you have to actually add and battle the people from regionals in person or remotely.
That will be
Oh
insane.
no,
That will be insane. But coding
that'd
and all
be
that stuff.
too much work.
I think there's only one person or probably a couple people there actually couldn't finish it. I had 2 of those researches right, like probably half an hour before the event ended, and
Oh
luckily,
yeah, for the Pikachu.
yeah, and luckily enough, one of my stops, like right there in the nearby, did turn into a battle. I was like, I gotta get this before it actually goes away. So I ran to it, I did it, and no more encounters for me, unfortunately. So, but the event itself, again, I want to say I give it a good 8.5 out of 10, just because they
Oh,
were
easy.
everything. There was something to do almost all weekend. A lot of huntings to do, a lot of things to go for. PvP months, of course, Nidoran, Stunfisk, Machop, all those Pokemons that were out there just help boost up the players out there. Plus, of course, the live streams and everything to be able to know, how get those candies, get those Pokemons that you want to battle in the Go Battle League, and be ready because just like we mentioned before, I think it was right when the Gold World Championship was about to start. Of course, we had the podcast like right before the weekend started. The announcement of all the championships and invitationals and regionals and everything for the rest of the year, it has been announced, or for the whole 2023 season has been announced. So we're ready for that. Make sure you go to your local regional and see how you can fare out. Once we tell the story of Dancing Rolf, it's probably gonna a little more prevalent to, hey, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll see when the world champion actually says. So, with that being said, again, 8.5. Chris, what do you give it?
Yeah, I think 8.5 is pretty fair. Even if you're not into PvP, I think there are plenty of shinies to hunt. A lot of rarer Pokemon. Scrafty Scraggy isn't, the easiest Pokemon to get. It was locked behind PvP for a lot of people. And if you just don't do GBL,
Yeah.
because you don't, have the time or, aren't really that interested in PvP, you might not have got that much. You might not fight rockets either, so
Yeah.
you might not get those red eggs for all I know.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think seeing it in the wild was fantastic. Yeah, I thought the spawns were great. Pikachu was kind of cool to see. I know a lot of people get kind of fatigued from seeing all the different costume Pikachus. It's like NFTs almost, where you're just changing small things, even though it's like the same image. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was cool. Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know. I got really excited for it. I don't know what else to say about it, but I was very excited for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah.
There is one few things that I do want to mention. Aside from, of course, the World Championship event, the season ago, it's literally a week away from ending. So the season ago should end at September 1st, of course, and the brand new season should come out. Now we don't have news of anything that may happen actually in the next season, so we have nothing to go forward. We hope to actually get it before the next podcast. I'm hoping to actually this time around, or at least next week, we're actually gonna be doing it on a Wednesday, and by that time, it should be the end of the month with the news that we need. So be prepared for that, guys, because it's coming. Now, Seishin and Samacenta was actually supposed to be until the end of August, and then the season and whatever season and new legendaries were supposed to start off at the beginning of the month. However, Seishin and Samacenta will actually stay for an extra day on September 1st at 8 p.m. local time or 10 p.m. local time or something like that. And then after that, whatever new legendary that we get will actually be rotating in from the new season. Now, it's interesting. I don't know. I guess we can do a little speculation before we get into the news section here. What do you think that is the next step in the season of challenges for us here, Chris?
Hmm. Are you implying that it might be from Sword and Shield?
I don't think so. I don't think that Sword and Shield is ready for it. However, I could be wrong. There's a lot of things that actually prevent to say that Sword and Shield Generation 8 or yeah, Generation 8 should be coming in into the fall, because we're about just ending the season now, or the end of summer, and it's time to move on to the next year. This is basically just like, the end of summer for us is like the end of 2022 and 2021 previously, because that's how the year goes for us in the end of the day.
Yeah.
First we have the Happy Birthday Pokemon Go, and then we have a lot of other things that happen during summer. GoFest. GoFest finale, of course, is happening this Saturday. If you guys are not prepared, definitely check out the last podcast. We do talk about all details of what it could be. We can go over a little bit here and there just to see what you actually can go for and things like that. But it's basically a full-on blown, day of GoFest, and we get 2 global GoFests technically if you think about it, and 3 in-person GoFests, which again, all of it has been amazing. It's just at this point, I feel like I'm a little too tired from everything that we have done already. So it's kind of hard to just say, hey, go ahead and go out for one more day this summer, in the summer heat and hopefully not the rain. Actually, I'm hoping for the rain, but still.
Yeah, cool off.
Right? But yeah, so let's hope for something, I guess. I don't know, really. This types of moments is when we're more excited to know what's coming for the future. And there's still a lot of exciting things inside the game that we just don't know, but they are in the public, at least knowingly, thanks to Pocket Miners and all those, that we know that they might actually give us a hint of what's to come.
Yeah, as much as I like surprises, not just for the podcast, it is nice to know ahead of time. I mean, like obviously we can't expect to know, months out, but very interested.
Yeah.
There's a lot of legendaries we still haven't gotten shinies for.
Yes.
Xerneas and Yveltal come
Yeah.
to mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
I will definitely be going hard for them once the shiny comes out.
yeah, they're both dope.
Yeah.
Um, especially Yveltal for PvP.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very interested to see what's to come. Especially since we've been stuck with, non-shiny legendaries for what, the past month and a half,
Oh my goodness.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Especially Genesect. Screw that thing.
Well,
um,
I don't know what they were thinking, of course, when all of that happened. Between the
nah,
Dialga and Palkia, which is of course pretty good Pokemons to actually go for, but then everything else has been a non-shiny legendary. I mean, I know that we shouldn't really have to go about just getting the shiny when the legendary drops or a new legendary comes around, but again, it's just how they want to rotate here and there in the end of the day. So I kind of understand how Niantic is trying to just promote more and more out here. But we still have like a bunch of content that definitely they haven't even thought about it until now. Now,
Exactly.
what? Yeah, yeah. But one thing that actually I never mentioned
I
from
know he's
GoFest,
coming.
yeah, I know, right? From GoFest here and there, and things that I have heard by talking to other people when I did go to Seattle, is that Niantic's plan at first it was a 5-year plan, and how things are gonna be released in here and there. However, that's already extended, and little tweets are there that the plan is now a 10-year plan when it comes down to things. Now, we're 6 years into
Oh
Pokemon
man.
Go, but I don't know if that plan starts now or that plan started since the beginning. So we have probably quite a while still from Pokemon Go to shows and things like that. But that means that releases of new Pokemons, new shinies, new events, new things may be slower than we may think, but we're still excited nonetheless. Now, of course, we kind of know the routine that Niantic really likes to put out there. They put an event, there's a shiny, no shiny, new Pokemon, something cool happens, and that's it. But there's like no surprise in between half the time because by the time the blog post comes out, we're kind of already speculating and knowing how things are. Pokeminers does make it a little bit easier to kind of guess because of what they're actually showing out there. But there's no like whenever we throw a Pokemon a ball, we throw a curveball, right? They're not throwing us a curveball at all when they want to. Like it's say, oh, okay, so here's the new event, here's the new Pokemon. Oh, it can be shiny now. I'm like, you didn't tell us that. But then there's like the half of people saying, why didn't you surprise us? And then the other half of people saying, why did you didn't surprise us? I'm like, what? I don't understand. I don't.
I know it's impossible to please everybody. At the end of the day, to be honest, Niantic's gonna Niantic.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think we
So
have history of 6 years of Niantic being Niantic at this point. Okay.
yeah, just you know what to expect. Don't be surprised. I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
You know, sometimes they'll tell us, and then sometimes it'll be a nice little surprise. I feel like.
yeah, definitely. I mean, custom Pokemons are never gonna go away, and I feel like this is actually not just Pokemon Go that's doing this, but all the games across the board. They're just like they understand what the people want, and that's basically what they're adding to their games. Pokemon Go definitely is the catalyst to a lot of different things, especially microtransactions. But anyhow, everything else, of course, like Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Masters, they're releasing like all this content out there that I'm just super excited about. Not to get off topic, of course, but Pokemon Masters has been out there for 3 years now, and at first it was like it came out, it was kind of like gacha, and nobody else cared about it, and then after that they made a promise and kept that promise and to release content as they go to make sure that they keep the game fresh and everything. If you ever want to see Red and Ash battle, this is your chance. Anyhow, then after that, there's Unite. Unite has been a bunch of content. So it's basically, like a battle pass kind of content thing. Pokemon Cafe is releasing new things every other month, which really depends on a lot of different variables. Pokemon Sleep is never to be found. And Pokemon.
I slept on it, man.
I know, right? And Generation 9, it's just around the corner, really. Even the TCG just making waves in a lot of different things and new sets and everything.
Dude, yeah, they're bringing back EX.
Yes, which is it's interesting because I never really like my timeline for Pokemon TCG. Again, not getting off sidetrack, is the very first cards that came out, and then Sword and Shield. That's basically my timeline.
Sounds about right.
That was my timeline. I didn't know anything in between gold and silver or sun or like I seen the cards around. I just never really bought them because I was just into other stuff at the time. Plus, Pokemon Go really takes my money anyway, so it is how it is. But yeah, so again, we're a lot off topic. Let's get into some news, Chris, because it's time to talk about things that are now there. So, just like we mentioned, there's not a lot of news, but there are some things to point out. So, Chris, what are the very first things that we got to talk about here?
Well. You caught me at a Weird time. No, I'm joking. But yeah, we're gonna be looking at some season community days. Hello.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
So they're not telling us what they are, except for one of them, pretty much. But we're gonna find out the dates of all the different community days. We might have mentioned some of them before, but we know pretty much all the ones up to the end of November. So I'm actually surprised there's two for November. But Sunday, September 18th, 2022, which yeah, right around the corner, 2 weeks away, is going to be one of them. Saturday, October 15th, we're going to have another one. And then Saturday, November 5th, is going to be a Community Day Classic, which means it is going to be a repeat. Very interesting whenever they do those, in my opinion.
Yep.
I think they've done one for Charmander, and then I can't remember the other one.
No, the two classics so far has been Mudkip and Bulbasaur.
Really?
Yeah. So,
yeah, I guess it's just because Charmander had to because of the Dragon Breath or whatever.
Yeah. That's a different year, that's for sure. So,
Yeah.
and the last one, of course, will be Saturday, November 12th, the same month. Of course, two community days on the same time.
Literally a week apart. That's so weird.
Well, I mean, again, the prominent one for the year is 20, or for the month is the November 12th. While the classic one, is, of course, is just to help out some trainers that weren't able to play out. However, community days are not the only events on the horizon. Here are some days on additional in-game events coming in September. So, in September 3rd, which is literally next weekend, that's when we'll have a special event or another event. And then Sunday, September 11th, a week after, usually will be another event. So, this is basically the announcement of dates, and I'm about to sneeze, so hold on just a moment. Thank you for that interruption. But here's, of course, just like they're actually...
Interrupt your broadcast.
They've been doing this for the last few seasons, and I actually like this because, you can plan ahead and get ready. Now, of course,
yes,
the holiday season is coming. The Halloween season is coming. A lot of different things are happening that, unfortunately for me, aside from the Sunday, September 18th, the community day for that, every other day of community day will be really hard for me to play just because I already have some other times planned throughout the months. So I may actually not be able to attend to many of these community days anymore as they were for the very first time.
Yeah, I'm not expecting myself to be playing on most of the Sundays.
Right. Now, of course,
but Saturdays are lighter for me, so I should be able to play a tiny bit.
Well, if that's the case, we do have like the extended hours after community day, but I do love, the traditional community day where I can go ahead and play for the 3 hours. Now, if I'm lucky, and I'm just saying if I'm lucky, I'll probably get 1 or 2 or something like that. I don't know. It's a little unpredictable. I just know some of the dates are already set for me throughout October, November. So getting the dates before that is even harder. So,
oh yeah,
I'll figure out what to do. It doesn't mean that we won't play, but it just means that our shinies and everything holds will be kind of halted.
As long as you get 1 to 3, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy with that. Just getting a little family.
Well, it really depends because sometimes it can be 1 stage or 2 stage or 3 stage.
Yeah, that's true. Bless you. I'm expecting, just looking at the dates, I'm expecting the September 3rd to have something to do with all the little beasties, the what are they called? The Ultra Beasts. I know we already got, the Pokemon Go event going on and stuff, but that's just my speculation on
it. November, I know we didn't talk much about it, but it comes, the Ultra Beasts are a few things that are here and there. They're probably going to pop up here and there too. I mean, they're not just going to disappear when it comes down to it.
Yeah,
When we could talk
they
about
like those
Community Day.
wormholes, man.
Yeah, well, Community Days again. September is right on the corner, so we'll definitely have that information once the new season comes out. Then October is spooky season, so I'm pretty sure they'll hopefully, if Niantic cannot be Niantic for once, we'll actually have a ghost type Pokemon Community Day, which I know a lot of people will probably be really happy about. Classic. I want to say the classic is gonna be a PvP mon. So we have Bulbasaur, we have Mudkip. I know definitely there's a Pokemon out there that a lot of people couldn't get that they want for the PvP and want for the candy and want for the things. So I'm pretty sure people do want something that's gonna be more viable in their metas. But I could be wrong. Again, it could just be something like a Larvitar, which hasn't actually had seen the light of day in a while. So I'm sure people also want that. And then November is getting closer to the holidays, Thanksgiving weekends, or any of those types. So maybe a Pokemon related to turkey, if anything.
The heck?
But yeah, so save the days, guys. Be ready for it. We know at least a little bit of time in advance to actually give us some chance of planning around. So just be ready when it comes down to those dates. But yeah, so as the season of Go and the summer is ending, it's time to look into the future and see what is the next events out there. So Niantic, as always, likes to still do events, in-person events, and as per show, Safari Zones are coming back. And that's that's actually kind of good when it comes down to it. Was this a Station or someone said that? I don't remember. Anyhow.
That was a Zation.
Okay, cool. So, Safari Zone, I'm sorry for butchering this, if anything. Goyan? Goyan is happening for the
Sorry, guys.
for the very first time. Actually, if my Korean friend was here, he'd probably say it better. In South Korea, first ever Safari Zone in Korea. I'm actually excited that Korea is actually getting some love here. So Safari Zone Goyan, I think that's how you call it, will be on Friday, September 23rd to Sunday, September 25th in the beautiful Aisan Lake Park, I believe. And now you can buy your tickets. So again, this is the very first Safari Zone ever hosted in South Korea, and they couldn't be more excited as always. You encounter Pokemon team around the Goyan, rich history on flower and romance, such as Combi, Carnivine, Blue Flower Flabebe. You may encounter a shiny Unknown Y and a shiny Spritzel if you're lucky. So Spritzel will be releasing its shiny form after, or at least worldwide, after the events of the Go Safari Zone. So pretty excited so far. You're able to encounter many different Pokemons for the opportunities. General tickets is a currency in Korea for 660 or 16,000 Korean currency. Which I'm pretty sure just rounds that out to either $15 to $20, I guess. And then of course you get the experience in the park of the hours of your choice. And if you like to start the adventures at 9, you can opt in for the early special tickets and all that. So again, just like any other event out there, the gameplay experience will feature things like 4 special trades made during the event for a maximum of 5 of the day. Trades during the event will be 50% less Stardust. Enjoy a short event exclusive special research story, an event team field research. The instance activated during the event will last for 8 hours, so just use one if you want to just play the. Please note this does not apply the daily adventure instance. So if you want to actually use that, you better use it before you actually get the spawns out there.
Thank goodness they specified that for people.
Oh yeah, and then lure modules activated during the event will last for 4 hours. So I mean, plenty of chances. The feature Pokemon, things like Caterpie, the Pikachu wearing the Safari hat, which I know a lot of people already have. Dratini, I know A, G, N, O, and Y. A lot of them being shiny, of course, available. The Y being the brand new one. Wurmple, Rouse, Circuits, Sableye, Lilipep, Feebas, Chris wants that. Loves this Bidoof, Plancroft, Burmy, Combi, Carnivine, Pidove, Combi, Blue Flower, Flabebe, Spritzel, and Stuffle. So very, very interesting spawn pool. 90% of those can also be shiny now. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, you can buy the tickets in the either website or whatever they take you. So get out there and get them. Chris, how excited are you of this, if you ever think about it?
I will say, I got excited when I saw Carnivine in the picture because obviously it's one of the 3 or 4 regionals we get thanks to where we live in
We have
Florida.
like 4, yeah, we got like 4 regionals.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, yo, another shiny. But nah,
Nah,
Carnivine ain't shiny yet,
no.
sadly. But yeah, super cool spawns. I think they're very fitting for the park area they're going to be using. Um, I'm very excited for the people that are going. Look like very cool Pokemon.
Yeah.
The blue flower Flabebe is one of the best looking evolutions, I feel like. So I know that's going to be fantastic. I
Yeah.
think the only one that's kind of standing out to me is Sableye. Just a little goblin hanging out with a bunch of like really cute and foresty Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then we just got a goblin. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird to me. But yeah, I think the spawns are cool. So anyone going, I wish you a lot of luck.
And of course, let us know your experience once you do. Our DMs are always open to anything that happens outside, of course, of our regions. So
Yeah, rub it in our face that you're going to Korea.
make sure you email us our cool shinies and everything. But yeah. Safari zones have been prevalent, of course. We can talk all about Safari zones. We know, at least in our experience of the last 6 years, we know Safari zones are very cool after they know that they made it pretty nice for the player. But maybe not a lot of people do know, since this is basically the first year we had since everything shut down back in the last 3.
Yeah.
So Safari zones is tell Chris I say hello. Okay, yeah, you are gonna go then. Jesus, I hate you. Anyway, yeah. So Safari zones, it's just basically like mini GoFest events. They do actually put it out for many people, many people out there for both the local players and the people who want to travel. It's actually just like any other GoFest event. There's not a story to tell. It's just something that you're exploring out there, and just exploring the parks and the cities, and just being out there with the community is actually just great. So enjoy while you can, guys. If you can make it, great. If you can't, I mean, don't be too sad about it, because we actually had our own GoFest here in the United States, and unfortunately we couldn't make it. But that's because, of course, everything just like went to hell at one point. But yeah, so yeah, Safari zones. We'll have many throughout the season, or at least the years until the next anniversary. So keep an eye, keep a lookout. There's a Swampert in the nearby. I don't know why it's not there.
What the heck?
I know, right?
Not a mega yet, sadly.
Not a mega yet, but not even a shiny out there yet. But hey, it is what it is. So that is Safari Zone Goya. Next month's Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, again, the next month's Prime in-game items. So this is again free items if you want to. It is new bundles available bi-weekly. It's starting on September 8th, September 22nd, October 6th, and October 20th. So we get 2 per month, so it's actually kind of nice. Just get them, guys. Like, if you have Prime Gaming or Prime subs or anything from the Amazon Prime or whatever, just link it up, get ready to just get in the extra items. I think I just got a super incubator from today's last one that was actually announced. So I'm actually kind of happy about that. So, because I needed more, and unfortunately, because Niantic's being Niantic, they took away the adventure box. So I can't get any more incubators. Niantic.
Oh my gosh!
Why do you do this?
Saw that picture from Hamtaro
Yeah.
on Twitter. Oh my gosh! They know what they're doing.
Yeah, no, Niantic cat. Why? I like hatching eggs. Let me hatch my eggs. They better come back before Saturday. But anyways. So yeah, it's Prime Gaming, anything like that. Now let's get into a more deep depth inside the world of Pokemon Go. As the season is, of course, ending, we are getting a little bits of hints and teasers out there. Of course, Niantic will never address this leaks, I guess I should say. But the Pokemoners out there, of course, buying the game from the very first time it comes out in the stores and everything. Again, just as a disclaimer, data mining, it does break TOS, and if you are doing it, you might get in trouble. But just reporting on it doesn't. So be careful what you do. But there's some interesting stuff in this last one that I was actually kind of happy about. First and foremost, 2 new moves were added into the game. And these are the Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare. If Chris knows what these moves are, he knows where it's coming from, those moves.
Fusion Flare?
Fusion Bolt.
That's, Fusion Bolt.
And
yeah,
Fusion
that's,
Flare.
Zekrom and, Reshiram, yeah?
Yep, their special moves are being added into the game.
Do you think it's indicating the mix of them?
I mean, if it happens, great. But I don't know, because I don't believe how Niantic would ever want us to just fuse Pokemons.
I'm blanking right now. Do we have their shinies yet?
Yeah, so we have all 3 of the Dragon Trio shiny forms. So yeah, we got Kyurem, right? Or unless...
Ew, I don't have Resh or Zekrom shiny. I know we got Kyurem though.
Yeah, Kyurem. I do have Zekrom and do have Reshiram. So yes, I do have both shinies. I actually have all 3 shinies, so I'm happy about that.
Wow, I suck.
I mean, we knew that, but
oh my.
However, that is not the only thing that they added. There is something. What's this next little piece of line says? Ray level extended egg. It's a new raid level. I'm like, Niantic.
So they're making raids harder?
I mean, we already seen it with the Megas.
It would definitely make sense if that's how they're making us do the fusion.
If that's how they do fusion, like, or even primals.
Oh no. Dude, Kyogre with Blizzard is already just evil. So, oh no. Yeah, let's hope that's not how they do it. But yeah, you think the recommended 20 is just, for show until you see that. Oh no.
I say that maybe with a good 10 level 50s probably will be not fun enough. But
10 level 50s easy, yeah.
Chris being level 48 for the last 3 months.
Hey, I just need the lucky for the last 3 months, bro. I think I've been 48 for like 2-3 months. I just need to get the lucky traits out of the way.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, dude! If that's the case, like even oh my gosh, because it's not even just that if that's the case, the Pokemon's gonna be higher CP, higher level, and it's gonna be living longer. It's a tougher Pokemon if that's the case.
I mean, if you think about it,
let's hope that's not the case.
That's true.
I know I said case a lot.
In this case, anyway. But no, if you
deal
also
or
have
no
to,
deal.
You also have to think about that. This may actually be something specific, but at the same time, we already kind of have tier 6. I don't know if they want to add tier 7 at this point, but
hell no, man.
This kind of incentivizes people to go out and play if that's the case. But again, it just seems interesting to have added something. Other things to note on this is a voice effect setting was added for the Pokemon Go Plus. As our Pokemon Go Plus and Pokeball Plus don't have that effect. They are thinking that this is perhaps for the Plus Plus, which was supposed to be released for Pokemon Sleep. So there's still hope out there for you sleepers out there.
The only thing we're good at.
Yeah, no. Anyways, however, let's move on from the bad jokes, guys. Anyways, and there's some assets of new Pokemons, more likely new Megas. So Mega Sableye assets, Mega Banets, Mega Aggron is also in there. So I have 2 out of the 3, so I'm ready for those. I definitely need Banet more, but we'll see how that one goes. There's also some pictures, some stuff with, I don't know, some starry, whirly out of light out there. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like outer space. And I can show it to you guys, actually, if Chris doesn't take the whole screen.
I'm chunky.
Yeah. And then there is some new Pokédex icons. Weird enough, a lot of them seem pretty interesting. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger for you guys. I guess I can. Yeah, no, that didn't help. Yeah, I can't really read. Like, there's Diamond, there's like a Rain, there's Marathon, there's Pokeball. I don't know. Some new icons, maybe some new Ray badges or something. I don't know. Whatever the case may be. We also have the little image of the app itself being out there. So this looks like a starry sky with, Pokemon Go being added in there, of course. But I don't know. It seems interesting. It seems pretty cool. If you think about it, this will be outer space mechanics and things like that, just by looking at them.
It makes me think they're really going to be focusing on the Ultra Beast this next season.
Well, let's hope not. I mean, I love the Ultra Beast, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I want to see Crossman in the game yet.
Season of space.
The season of space. We're about to go outer space. I mean, if that's the case, just give me Mega Rayquaza.
That's the first thing that came to mind, honestly, when you were showing the different skies. But it almost makes me feel like they saw how much people enjoyed the Shaman encounter over like Mew and Celebi.
Well, yeah.
That they're trying to do special cutscenes like that for a lot of the special Pokemon, mythical Pokemon.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Yeah.
Love the backgrounds.
Again, this whole thing has been just a speculation and things like that. We'll definitely have more news when the season comes around. But it's kind of interesting. And if it's out of the space, we'll definitely see Rayquaza come back, which I'm happy about. We will definitely see the Deoxys come back, which I don't know if depending on the type of Deoxys you want. If the whole Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare or whatever comes into games, then hopefully they're thinking more about the fusions of those Pokemons, maybe the ability to fuse them, because, I mean, they're not the only...
How are you going to give it the name Fusion Flare and not have the fusion with it,
Yeah, I know, right? But, they're not the only Pokemons with fusion. Lunana and Solgaleo, which is the Gen 7 legendaries, will be fusing with Necrozma, the Ultra Beast. Yeah, I guess that it is.
We still haven't seen them in the game yet.
Yeah, so there's still a couple of legendaries here and there that needs to be done. The only reason we got Station and Samacenta now is because they released them, they're PvP level, and now we actually haven't even seen Generation 7's one. So,
dude, yeah, Necrozma would definitely be the finale.
Yeah.
Especially with the Ultra.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, maybe that's what they're trying to make this whole season about, and that's why they're giving us the Ultra Beast.
Chris is like, I'm excited.
I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers, man. I love Necrozma.
You also have to think that at least, if that's the case when it comes to the Ultra Beasts and all that, there's going to be a lot of non-shiny available Pokemons out of the raids now.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you thought Genesect was bad, but at least Genesect isn't just coming back with a new move.
Yeah.
The Ultra Beasts are at least, fun and new.
I don't know. I'm excited for the future. It's definitely something to go forward, to look forward to. There's a lot of cool things happening in the last few months of the year, definitely. And Chris, we're getting to the last bits of the year, the last few months of the year. How did we get here? I have no idea.
Time flies when you're catching Pokemon.
I mean, yes. I mean, you can fly and catch Pokemons. I don't know if you can actually catch them in the sky, but so.
Yeah, nah. I'm not saying I've logged into Pokemon Go while on a plane. Don't do that. But
You
yeah,
get your
you
account
run
banned
too
because they
fast.
think they're moving too fast or something like that. I don't know.
Like, man, this guy's Superman. What the heck?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe like somebody have ever sky as what's it called, like sky parachute or parachute out of the sky.
Paragliding.
Thank you. I
You're
don't know.
getting pulled by you're
Yeah.
getting pulled by a boat in the sky.
And then you're just
Just
paragliding or
flying.
something out of the plane, and then you open Pokemon Go
Oh
and catch a
no.
Pokemon or something.
Yeah, that's how you get 30 encounters in the daily incense. Bless you.
It's like ah. Anyways, yeah, that would be hilarious if that's the case. But yeah.
Bless you. Oh my.
It's a good
You
thing
see,
that I
this
know
is
how
why we
to.
gave you guys the sneeze warning.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that I know how to turn off my mic when that happens. You can hear it, but I can't, or they can't, so that's good. Oh god. Okay, before we actually get more sneezy out here, let's get some PvP goodness in us. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go.
All right.
So as for PvP, the GVL Go Battle League is also ending. So we are in the last leg. If you haven't gotten to rank 20th or your legends, this is your last chance. All three leagues, Open, Great League, Open Ultra League, and Open Master League, are available for you guys. I may do a couple of masters here and there, but I don't think I'm ever gonna even get to 20 at this point. So
Yeah, I played a little bit today. Mostly just trying to get that timed research
yeah,
out of the way. I think I
right.
just got to win one more Great League. Um, I just haven't been super motivated to do GBL.
Well, I
I
mean, with your
still need
job
to
and
hit
everything.
Legend, but yeah, no. Yeah, no. There's just so much to do in Pokemon Go. I don't think GBL's at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Actions is up there because it's just so much more fun to do it as a team instead of individually
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. Which we'll be talking about a little bit about factions when it comes
Yeah.
down to it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's GPL again. Interesting enough. We'll see how the next season goes. So hopefully you get legends then. We did wanted to actually talk a little bit how the world championship crown at Dancing Rogue was actually able to become the champion, the very first world champion Pokemon Go player. It's just amazing to actually say that for the very first time now, saying that there is somebody out there with that title, a Pokemon Go world champion. It's
The
just
trophy's
amazing.
just fabulous
And
too.
yeah, I mean, he had the exclusive post, of course, the trophy. He got it all. But let's just talk a little bit how his journey went. Now, on the weekend starting off to the Worlds, he tweeted out saying that he's about, of course, to land in London or go to London to lose 0-2 to the next two rounds and then, just be disqualified on the very first day. However, he didn't. But he didn't do it that easily. He actually was able to qualify for day 2, but he was in the losers bracket at the start of the event. So day 2 happened, and if you want to know some of your favorites, unfortunately, King was actually knocked out pretty early in the season. So King and I believe his wife also got knocked out pretty early in that. So they couldn't do what we thought they could.
I
Which would have
am
been
very
nice.
happy that they made it there though.
Oh yeah, definitely, and he was there too.
So
On it's the whole
you know,
weekend, anyways.
yeah, definitely congratulations to both of them
Oh
for
yeah,
making it there. I was definitely rooting for them.
yeah. But more to Dancing Rough, of course, he starts the day in the losers bracket, so he has to win his way into the winners bracket. So he goes, I believe, 8 matches throughout the brackets before getting to the finals, or actually, I'm sorry, the grand finals. As for the winners bracket, of course, the finalists, which I'm so sorry that I don't have your name right now, but we'll get you guys the names and shoutouts in the next podcast for sure. Um, of course, he only had to do like 4 battles or maybe 3 or 4 battles before actually getting to the grand finals. But Dancing Rough, the underdog, went through all 8 battles, made it to the grand finals. Now, the grand finals was a best of 5. So you had to win 3 battles to actually go through to to winning the whole thing. However, if you're in the losers brackets, you have to win a set of 5 first, reset the bracket, and then go another set of 5s before actually trying to win. So he had to go against the finalists in 2 sets of 5s before going into winning it all. Now, you may think, oh, he just needs to win 3. Yes, he just needs to win 3, but he actually played 10 matches to get to the world, to be the world champion. He actually, like, the whole set, every set of 5 actually went to 5 sets to the 5 battles.
Because after the first 5, they know your movesets for the next 5. Yeah?
Yes, definitely. I mean, you can't
you're
switch
not changing
Pokemon.
your team at
Yeah,
all.
you can't change your team. You can't change anything at that point. But yes,
But
just
that does work both ways, I suppose.
yeah, but that's how basically it works if you're actually trying to win it from the losers bracket. If the finalist would have won the first set, he would already be crowned a champion. But because Dancing Rob reset the bracket and then went another 5 sets on top of that, or another 5 matches after that, that's just insane.
Dude, I've heard about this happening so much in Pokemon Go. I'm sure it happens in a lot of sports. But there's so many people that climb out of that losers bracket and then get crowned the champion.
Yep.
So, just because you're having a bad run at the beginning of a tournament, do not lose hope. Because, oh my gosh, that kind of story is inspirational, man.
It is.
Dear Lord.
It is. Dancing Rob, again, did 10 full matches to become the world champion. Even him himself couldn't believe that he actually made it that far. And then when they ended, of course, he knew at that point specifically. Now, we could go over every batch, but I don't think you guys want to hear that. I will link down the bot to the Pokemon World Championships. I do believe that you guys do want to see that. It was amazing battles. I actually reviewed them a little on one of my streams. At least the last 2 sets, actually. But it was just insane. It was down to the wire. Knowing specifically what Pokemons to switch out into, what moves to throw in, it was insane. Congratulations once again to Dancing Rob. You literally were the underdog in this whole thing, and to make this type of winning or this type of crowning of you being the world champion, you actually made the best history for the very first world championship. Just because you actually did almost the impossible at this point just to get to where you were. So, congratulations once again.
It's a cool name, too.
I do want to mention, of course, at his interview after he was crowned champion. At the interview, Dancing Rob was saying that he only started playing Pokemon Go in 2019. So again, guys, if you think that you needed to actually be a grinder since day one of Pokemon Go, that's not the case. He got the Pokemon he needed. He got the practice he needed. He got the invitation. He got the crown. Somebody who's barely even played for 4 years.
Do not lose hope.
It's out there, but you have to put the grind, of course, because Pokemon Go is a game.
It's not easy.
It's not, but you do. That's something that actually, if I wish and I could, I'm gonna try to actually contact him and actually get an interview with him. Gonna try to do my best, of course. I kind of actually want to know
dance battle with Dancing Rob.
I know, right? I do want to actually know like the movesets a little bit more and the IVs on it, because the Pokemons, if he gets good IVs on the Pokemons, then yeah, he can pretty much be well. But sometimes that doesn't even matter in a battle of PvP. You can have the worst IVs and still come out on top and, do your best. Make sure you're aware of special events for special Pokemons and things like that. So it's just been insane. And I could go on. Again, I could go on for another half an hour actually talking about how Dancing Rope just stole it all, because he did. But again, congratulations to Dancing Rope and me, Weedle, of course, because he, of course, was in the seniors bracket. We haven't forgot about you, but again, 2 world champions, 2 different divisions. It's as insane to actually get to finally be here. And we're not going away, guys. Pokemon Go is gonna stay in the circuit for a while. We don't know how many more years, but we know that at least for another year we are actually here, and we're gonna try our best. Hey, I don't know. Maybe Chris and I will try our lander luck at this point.
Hey man, I'm definitely looking at it, I'll tell you what.
But yeah, so that's the World Championship. If you guys want to hear more about it, we definitely could if you guys want to. But then let's get into some faction updates. So I know, Chris, this is your time to shine. I do want to actually say a few things here. We're in registration. We're in registration mode, and of course, we are here in Switch Masters. So shout out to Switch Masters and the crew. We're starting to get things ready to go. And then, just to see how it goes. Of course, I am in the Master League Specialist. I have my Master Pokemons ready. I just got to get a good team going and review it and see how it goes. Chris, what about you?
Sorry, what was the question?
What are you doing for the fractions?
Oh, I don't want to give too much away, just because, I doubt our competitors are, listening to the podcast just to find out our PvP strategies. But I will be a specialist. I think all the metas are fantastic. I've given a little bit of input on all of them for the team. And I did get into one that, I mean, I was excited about all three of them, but I definitely have some very interesting ideas for the one I got put into. But yeah, definitely looking forward to it. I'm super excited because we have you and Olrak. As the new people on the block, So very, very excited to see you guys perform. Because I'm expecting. Oh my gosh! Whoa! He just got a shiny, fam.
Shiny Pikachu in the house. Of course, it's not the one that I wanted, but I got a shiny Pikachu because of it.
I knew your reaction was because you were like, dude, if it was just a Pikachu sooner.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm expecting very good things out of our squad. A lot of wins, and we're definitely gonna keep you guys updated. I'm hoping you're looking forward to it. And I'm definitely gonna be fighting my booty off. I don't think my schedule should impede my battles too much.
Wonderful. So registrations, I believe it's ending this coming week, if I believe correctly. Let me just check to make sure. Let's see here. I know registrations open up just recently, so we just want to make sure on that. I guess I should probably go to the Silt Arena one. Yes, so registrations is open up until the Saturday, September 3rd. So we do have another week to be able to actually showcase battles and everything here. So, or at least prepare for those days. So I know I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here and there. So I'm just trying to find information for you guys. Anyways, we'll give you more updates as the weeks go along. We probably have another week before it actually starts. But that's being the case, we're going to be ready to battle. Here we go, Chris.
Hey, man. Hey, at the end of the season, we're going to see who has more wins, okay?
Yeah, definitely. With that being said, of course, there's not much to report as of today. I will kill Niantic if news come out tomorrow, and I will kill them because of that. I'll go the specific.
Right after the podcast.
I know.
Right after the podcast.
Oh my god, I don't want to know. Actually, let me just check Twitter just in case. Hold on. Just to be sure. Okay, no, there's no news. Okay, no. Okay, cool. Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for listening. Of course, we do have our question of this week. What are you expecting to find next month, and what is your expectation? Okay, so the reason why I wanted to ask you this and everybody out there is because, of course, a new season will come up pretty soon. So I'm hoping for a lot of new Pokemons out there, things that we definitely need. A powerful Mega more than just the regular Megas that we have seen in the last few months. But of course, I can't be for sure until I hear more news. Chris, are you excited about anything?
Yeah. I keep seeing them add megas, and I'll be real. I wasn't too excited about megas before,
Yep.
but now that you can do them for free, once a week, and then power them up to like kind of level them up, kind of like a best buddy in
Yeah.
a way, to make it happen more often is fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm expecting them to start adding megas that people aren't as excited for, kind of like Glow Bunny.
Yeah.
Because Scizor was just OP. Like when they add Mega Pinsir, people aren't gonna care. I'm sorry.
No,
It's just not an exciting
I
one.
mean, once Metagross comes out, the steel types are gonna become
It's over.
supreme.
Yeah, that's why they had to add Steelix and Aggron first. They knew what they had.
There's a bunch more that are still missing, but we'll see when the dates come along.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so with that being said, anything else to add, Chris?
I'm all I'm saying is Market and Stone. I think there's going to be an overarching plot, with Necrozma being kind of like an antagonist,
Okay, all right.
for this season.
I definitely love the stories.
Obviously.
Yeah, I definitely love the stories of lore.
I think they did a really good job of kind of setting up a little, fun plot line, giving us a new person to talk to in Pokemon Go. Not that I don't like the professor. It's just nice to have a little bit of change here and there. You know?
Definitely.
Instead of repetition.
Definitely. And I think they're finally getting into that more than before. So, whatever the case may be. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the podcast. Again, you can always listen us to our podcast services feeds, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and many other places to go. If you will leave us a review, we would greatly appreciate it. It's always helpful. Our socials between Purified Podcast, Pure Let It Go, and Pokemon Trigger Please. That is PKNN. Trigger Please, of course. You can email us any info or stories or anything you want to talk about with we will showcase you in the podcast once we do receive any emails. purifiedpodcast@gmail.com for those wanting to do that.
Send a picture of your daily incense to rub a Galarian bird in Pure Letter's face.
Actually, I don't even think I even thought about that, but we'll talk about it in a second here. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com. And before we go, I did actually want to mention, I was able to spawn the Galarian bird on one of my instances a couple of days ago. I was happy about it. I have a TikTok to showcase, so give me just a moment to make sure I can find it because I know I put it on. La 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 la. Here we go. All right, let's move on. And I know there's a little bit of music. I hope that it's not copyrighted. We'll see how it goes. And now the first Articuno actually spawned there, under 1500. Golden Raspberry, waiting for it to calm down. I'm ready for it. Of course, my throw was not there, so I couldn't get any multiplier there. However, it breaks out and I get another chance. So I'm ready for the next one. He attacks, I swing. Isn't that an excellent? It shakes twice again, breaks out, and then it runs away. However, I get another chance because another Articuno back-to-back comes out of the damn instant. This one being way over level. I throw a ball because I don't care at this point. Breaks out, and it's gone. And that's my encounter with my very first Galarian Articuno. Oh my god.
Very first two Articunos.
Yeah. I was always complaining that, of course, I wasn't never gonna get one. I get one. I get two, and of course, I can't catch them. So that's the
I
name of the
did
game.
warn you.
that's
I
the
did warn you.
that's the name of the game. Oh god, I hate myself. Anyhow, thank you so much, guys.
You'll catch one.
Chris, go ahead and take us away for the night. All right.
All right. Hope you guys are having a fabulous time with the daily adventure incense. It's a struggle out here trying to get the Galarian birds. So, don't be too disheartened if you guys miss out on them. We've both been there. But yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic week. Hope you guys are looking forward to the future Pokemon Go. The champion has been, the champions have been awarded at the Pokemon Go World Championship. So, if you guys want to be the champion next year, I would say now is the time to start getting ready. But yeah. Have a fantastic time. Let us know, what you got on Twitter and everything before next week, and maybe we'll show off what you guys got, especially the Galarian birds. I'm very interested to see how many people actually got some already. But yeah, have a good one. We'll see you guys. Peace out.
Keep purifying them, everybody. Sorry for the sniffles again, and we'll see you guys next time.